What information would you like to get? And tell us about today.
I want to go to source. The library is nice, but I want to go further. I'm gonna I think I'm being called up anyway, so I'm gonna go up further. It's just the library now looks so small, but it's so big, but it's just going into light.
How do you feel going up to that?
I feel like I'm coming home.
Yes. And tell me more.
Wants to know if I'm having fun. I said, yeah.
And tell me more.
It's just smiling, but there's no anything. It's just you feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know what now.
Does Source have any message for you today?
Source, what message do you have for me today? It says I must stop trying to create patterns for him. He doesn't fit into conventional patterns or boxes. I can't predict or control the way that Source moves. And if I could, it would be boring. So sometimes he will speak, even in this setting, it won't be the same as the last. It's different because he wants it to be different. But he says, I'm surrendering well.
What does it mean?
That I'm not trying to control everything as much as I was, and I'm giving him more space to do what he needs and wants to do in my life. Everything he does seems to be for the good anyway, so that's fine.
Does he have any other information for you?
I see these cords coming out of him into people on the planet. There's long cords coming from him into all of the heads of the people on the planet, and there's information. It looks like gold liquid coming down pipes, into see-through pipes, into all the different people's heads. But where there's no shininess on the planet, there's the pipes, there's blockages. It's not coming through. There's like bubbles, and it's empty. It's the gold's not coming through. It's not getting to them. But more and more bubbles are popping in the tubes, and the gold is rushing down. It's coming quickly now. On a lot of the world, it's coming quickly. I get the sense that there's also pressure building in the pipes where nothing's coming. I don't think it can be stopped. The gold is going to come down, and it's going to be quite scary when it does, because it's going to be like an explosion.
Why is this happening now?
It's been happening for a long time, but the gold was moving slowly. Now and it was not coming as much. But it's now time for everybody to get the gold, to let it come through. It's time.
Why is it time now? What is significant about this time?
There's a change. time is not important, but the change is important for now. There's a change. My children have been on the wheel for too long. It now needs to be removed and a new wheel needs to be created. The old wheel is not completely finished, but it is being finished. It is being sped up so that it can be removed.
What is this old wheel?
The wheel is karma.
Mm.
The wheel is karma was not meant to be a bad thing. Karma is an experience. You come to experience this reality, but it got coerced in a way, and now that wheel has been spinning and spinning and spinning, and my children are not getting out of it. They are just going deeper and deeper. So now we will finish that cycle.
But what was the cause of this being trapped on this wheel of karma?
They are meant to come here to learn and to experience, but they kept coming, and a node was set up in this reality to trap, like a spider's web. They got caught on the corners, and each life rolled closer and closer to the center of the web, getting more and more entangled in this reality and choices they have made in this reality, making it more and more difficult to get out of this, I call it reality.
So they're being stuck on that web was of their own doing?
Yes, but there are other think of other forces as the spider. There are other forces, but you still have a choice to make. Everything is choice. If you make a choice to go deeper into the spider's web, you will. But the choice, it has become harder and harder over time. So we need to remove it.
Okay, and you're saying that's happening at this period in time now?
Yes, it's now coming quickly. The gold is coming quickly. It is coming quickly. Not only is the gold coming quickly, there are multitudes of helpers coming at the same time. So if you look at the Esau pipes, there are frequencies coming down. These helpers will engage those frequencies at certain points to open them, to release them, to add to them, so that more can come down. We have shown him this in a vision. He did not understand it. There was a circle in the middle, looks like a head scratcher coming down with circles at the end of each one of them, like a bobby pin. This is how he is seeing it. It is big. There is a lot happening now. It is serious. It is fun, but it is serious now. It is really serious now. It must be done. It is being done. It is being done. But it now there is far too much darkness. Darkness here. This reality cannot be lost to this polarization. It must, but yeah, it will be changed over. It is a time of times. There are a lot of moving parts. You will not understand all of them from your vantage point, but there are a lot when you look from above.
And what is this darkness? Can you expand on that? Is it just the wheel of karma that you were talking about?
It is evil, but like there is no good or evil. But let's say that the scale has tipped too much in one direction for too long. That cannot be anymore. The karma, it's too much. It must be removed. Think of the Aztec Mayan civilization. They tipped on a positive note. Direction. When you move in that direction closer to source, you then move into a higher frequency. You get off the wheel of karma. When that was an earlier civilization, later on that was also corrupted, but when you move too far into the negative, into the dark, you then lower the frequency and the vibration, and then you go deeper into the wheel of karma and further away from the next shift, enlightenment. It then snowballs and just gets harder and harder to move off of the wheel of karma, and like the web, people are trapped.
What you're saying, there's a lot of light being directed at this planet at the moment.
Yes.
To
A lot
assist
of
people.
light, but the darkness does not like it. But the darkness does not have a choice. But darkness, it always will rattle its fists, and it will not go quietly. But even within the darkness, there are people awaking because their tubes are being unblocked. There will be great repentance.
So how can we ensure that our tubes can be unblocked so that we might receive that golden liquid?
You already have the golden liquid. By the nature of the work you do, you do not need to worry about this. The light workers on this planet already have all of the gold, and they are leaking it out of their feet now. This is good. It must leak. That is what a light worker must do. The others are then, let's say, more between dark and light. Well, they are multi-spectrum. So the light workers are bleeding out the gold. Then you have the gold coming to those awakening. Then you have the gold liquid coming down to those that are not yet awake but will be soon, and so you can imagine each pipe is backed up further and further. Then there are the dead pipes. There is no gold coming through, not even from the beginning of the source. These are old evils. These are, like you read in scripture, principalities and powers, and they are blocked off, but nothing is forever. They will be filled with gold, but not in the same way as the others. They will need to have a different process, but don't worry about that. You allow the gold through by opening your heart. It will then flow through you into this reality. But people are picking it up now more and more and more. They are feeling it more.
And how can we open our hearts? How does one do that physically or practically?
There are many ways to open your heart. The practical ways are: surround yourself with source, nature, healthy food, exercise, the basics, meditation. But then there are also other ways. Focus on your heart. Imagine light coming out of your heart. See it. Place yourself in it. These are basic practices that will open your heart more. And when your heart opens more, you will have a heart for people, more animals and nature. Because that is the heart of source.
And how can the light workers help to shine, or help the others that might be in the middle get more gold into their tubes?
How can the light workers help the others? Light workers, keep doing what you are doing. You know, even being at home, just being, sitting, meditating, just being, stroking or petting your cat, your dog, sitting in your garden, hugging a tree, just being. When you are in a place of peace and rest and love and light, automatically you shift worlds. You will know when you are being called to interact or to do something with a purpose outside of your oasis. But in general, like he said about the eye of the storm, sit, just be in this time, because when you are being, you are letting off love and light.
Can you tell me more about that, the vision he had about the eye of the storm?
Yes.
What does that symbolize?
You need to sit in the eye of the storm. Sit peacefully. Do not get caught up in this world. This world, it will rip you out of your serenity, and the world will say to you, why are you not scared of this? Why do you not worry about that? Why do you not prepare for this? Why do you not prepare for that? Do not get caught in that. That is the wheel of karma. Do not get caught in that. You see how the tornado spins? And how he said, sit in the eye. The tornado spins like the karma spins. That is the wheel. If you move out of the eye of the storm into that, then you are caught up in that wheel again, and you cannot win that game. It goes round and round and round. The only way to stop the wheel of karma is to get off the wheel of karma. Get off the wheel of karma and stand in the eye. Once you are in the eye, it is fine. It is not, as the world would see it, exciting, because you are sitting with the trees and the grass and the animals, and that eye can be as big as you want or as small as you want. It is up to you, but the important thing is to get off the wheel and to sit in the eye peacefully.
But how can we not be affected by
You will be affected.
kind of events around us?
You will be affected.
And how will we cope with that? And not, be kind of thrown out of alignment?
It is not bad to be thrown out of alignment or to be affected. But there is a fine line between being affected and being engulfed. You will be affected. The world will be affected in this time. There is so much here now. There is so much, but walk in nature. Eat healthy. Spend time with friends or spend time alone. Whatever makes you happy, do this now and do it often. Try to raise your vibrations. Do not do things that lower your vibrations. So it is fine to drink again like last time, but even this is also fine. But moving into this year, you will find, you will all find that you will automatically be changing. There is a upgrading, changing, moving. Everybody is changing and moving to a different plateau. Everyone is on different levels, but everyone is going to be moved a lot quicker in the year ahead.
Can you expand on the year ahead? What can we expect?
The 2020 is not quite finished. There is still a bleed over, but for different people it is a different time. It is a different time. There will be different emotions for different people groups. There is going to be a madness of sorts. There is going to be great confusion, but there will also be great enlightenment, growth, light. I don't know if I should say this now, but there may be a great deceiver that comes forth towards the end of the year, but there is going to be great light too. This we will have to see.
Okay, is there any tips as to how we might be able to navigate the year better?
You are looking at the year ahead with eyes from the present. If you look back at this year, you will see there's been phenomenal growth in your life, in others' lives, in people's lives around you. That stress allows for the growth. And if you look back over this year, you'll see that you've made great leaps and bounds and benchmarks. So the year ahead will be like, stay in the eye of the storm. It does not matter what the year is for you. If you are in the eye, the year cannot touch you. No year can. But what you will start to see, that's why I was laughing, is the voices will become clearer. You will start to hear more. You will start to see more. Your guardians and guides will come through more. There will be more color in the air if you are starting to see. You will start to hear music. There will be great creativity that comes through. There will be a lot of positive things coming through. There is a divide happening, but there is also beauty coming through. And the year ahead will be like this. And you will get through the year ahead and look back and go, oh my God, look how much has happened. And then the next year will come. We are upgrading everybody, but it cannot be done overnight. Some more than others, but that is the way. There is a mass upgrading. The dark hearts, the darkness, does not like this. They now are a little bit behind schedule. They want to now move quicker. They are moving quicker. But in their haste, they are also making mistakes, dropping the ball. They are not a well-organized machine. It will get rough, but it will get beautiful. Stay in the eye.
So you were also showing him that kind of infinity sign.
Yes.
And he was wondering what that is. Can you explain to him?
It's very basic. We have not shown him a lot at the moment. We have him in a kangaroo pouch. We are helping him along, and we have him as little Roo. It's fine for now.
And why are you doing that? He says he's not meditating too much. He's kind of just doing his own thing and he's by himself.
Yes, we have it in hand. It is good for him to rest a little and not to, just for now, just to be. Time is coming, but for now we are carrying him. He does not need to row the boat.
Are you preparing him for something?
Everybody is being prepared for something. Yes, of sorts. We have him. He is worried also about work and where he goes in the future, what he does, it is fine. We have him as little kangaroo. We are hopping with him when he feels jolts and shakiness. Just because we have jumped a far distance and landed, and then we will jump again. We are speeding up the growth. We are taking him. He cannot really at this time grow in leaps and bounds because we are taking him. It is good for him to just sit now and just to sit. He has done a lot of the work, and now he can experience a different side of that work, but that different side is more a resting of sorts. The hard work is detoxing the negativity, like you spoke earlier about childhood and things. He has done a lot of this work. He has emptied himself of a lot of this stuff. Lot. But he's done it over time. So now, this for you and others is what a next stage of sorts could look like. Once you have gone through the emotions and also, let's say, the karmic law, and you have got off that wheel, you have dealt with these things, you will also then come to it. It will not forever be a difficult striving, fighting in this reality. But once you come off that wheel of karma, you are then able to, we will then be able to just pick you up and put you in our pouch and move with you. It is very different to what you were used to, because what you were used to is doing a lot of the work yourself, the inner work. This work you will continue, but it is different. It is, you allow us then to carry you, so we can speed things up, take you. So you will also experience or not just experience, you will find that your communication will be cut off. You will not be seeing so many friends. You might even, he is worried about this because he doesn't understand why he's not talking as much anymore. He always loves to talk, blah, 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 blah. But now he is not talking as much. He thought, oh my God, what is wrong with me now? Am I going mute, or what? Will I lose my language? Sausage.
Did he think he was dying again?
Yeah, he thinks he goes mad. Now he thinks, if I do not talk enough, will people think I'm going weird and different? You are going different. You are not the same anymore. Especially in this new time. You are not the same person. And unfortunately, he knows it is coming. He was hoping it would not be exactly this way, but we'll do it in a nice way. You will lose a lot of friends in this reality. A lot of people will be removed from your life. They will not understand, and just because you know someone for a long time, it can still be a hindrance. There will be a removing of people in your lives, your life, his life, others, that are accelerating. This is the acceleration. You will not talk as much. Your preferences will change in your day-to-day. You will go to different places that you've not gone before, or the same places you used to go that you like, you will not like anymore. There is a shift, and it is fine. Shift is good. A little bit of sadness with some of the people. You can still see them, but it will not be exactly the same. But we will bring other people. And I was laughing earlier because talk more to your guides and guardians. Ask them for help. They are there. Also with this, you will feel them more. You will start to feel them more. That will not just be you talking to the air anymore. You will feel them. You will have the shivers, the hots, the colds, the thick honey in the air. You will walk into rooms, it will feel like current is in the air, or magnet electricity. You will start to feel them more and more and more. Eventually you'll start to see them, but it is now to that point where you will start to feel them more. Especially those moving off the wheel and those on the right track. You will see them more, and there will be deeper knowledge.
Okay, so you were talking about detoxing these lower density vibrations or energies or emotions in our bodies. How can we do this?
Everybody has a different blockage that they are dealing with. A very good start would be to ask your guardians and guides for help. Say, please help me. Just be careful, because they might just start to help you.
Careful what you ask for.
They will help you.
Yes.
Depending on where you are on the scale, how long you've let that fester, will depend on the process you go through. Healing can be quick, it can be done in an instant, but it sometimes needs to be done over time. Like this vessel could not have his barb removed in one shot. It had to, not because we could not do it, and not because he could not do it by himself. We wanted him to come and see you, but because he was not at the understanding yet. It takes time to grasp that spiritual knowledge, awareness, understanding. But it is speeding up. Everybody is speeding up. It will happen faster and faster. The world is speeding up now.
Okay.
But to your point, I have already said, eat the healthy, exercise, meditate, ask for help from your guides.
Okay, thank you. So will you be building in the new earth?
Yes. Not just building, but leading.
What can you look forward to?
Lots. The ones that have the hardest time, especially in the beginning, are the ones that will reap the greatest reward. Is probably not the right exact words, but have a great destiny in this earth. The greatest thing, though, however, to do in this reality is to get off the wheel of karma. Once you're off the wheel of karma, you can build and grow, but not just build and grow, help others through your building and growth to get off the wheel of karma. That is the most important. But especially ones like you and other light workers, you are, if not off the wheel, basically off the wheel, and if off the wheel learning the new ways, you will all, if not completely, get off soonish anyway, depending on your walk. That is already leaps and bounds ahead of many, many souls. Once you are off, it is then up to you to start building and helping others off the wheel, and that does not need to be a personal journey to pull them off the wheel of karma. No, it could be through building, for example, in this case, a business that employs people that need work, jobs, and just by showing how you treat people, they will have a new understanding. That is already a step in the right direction. More steps like this will speed up the destruction, but the moving of the wheel quicker.
Did you have any final messages for humanity at this time?
Everybody always says love more. This is true. But I would say love self more, in a sense to be selfish. This is not always greatly received by very spiritual people, but it is a time to move into self-awareness, self-knowledge, self. This is not selfish.
It's self-focus, isn't it?
Yes. Move into your cave, move into your pouch, move into your quiet place. But this is happening anyway. But be self. Love yourself. Love your time with yourself. Enjoy yourself. Just be in yourself. Because when you know yourself, everything changes. Everything becomes easier. Everything changes. Everybody is being divided into bubbles on this planet at the moment anyway. Everybody is in the individual sphere. Be in your sphere. Do not try and get out of it. This is like getting out of the eye of the storm. People striving, stressing to get out, to no. This is good for spiritual people now, to just be. And there will be perhaps great loneliness in the beginning, but that is also, don't worry too much about this. This is good. It needs to come up. It is a time for this to all come up. Loneliness to come up. Hate to come up. This is why there is this feeling in the air in this 2021. 2020 was the foundation for this. 2021 is the building of this removing of impurities and the furnace melting of your life. So love yourself, be yourself. Do not envy others, do not look at others. This is why we have taken him off of his spiritual videos, guides, all of that, because that is not self. That is good, but for now it must be self. He knows all of that. Now live it, be it. Find it in self.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, do you have any final messages for him before we close off?
We are watching and we are cheering. All of you at this time. Keep on. Keep doing the work. Keep on, keep on, keep on. Do not be distracted by the loudspeaker of this world. You keep on, keep on, keep on, and ask us for assistance and ask us for help. We are here. We will help you anyway. We are already. But ask us anything specific. We are, this time things are manifesting a lot quicker and will be quicker still in the time ahead. So you will all learn how to manifest things quicker. And it is happening. But ask us for our help. We love to get involved. We are always involved, but it is nice to be acknowledged as part of the team.
Yes. Any other message for anyone else out there? Anyone that might be listening?
There is great love coming to the earth. What I have said today, a lot of it did not sound as uplifting as it could have been. But there is great love coming. I cannot. There is a lot going on at the moment. There is a lot. And sometimes just to know the basics is best. Stay in your sphere. Grow. Like he has been popping in the roo. Find your pouch. stay in your pouch. Ask us to show you, we will show you, we will take you. But not everybody can be taken right now into that place. And there's others that are in other places. But there is a process of awakening and healing, and you cannot jump 10 steps ahead. In this healing process, you have to go through every stage. You cannot skip one. You will not survive the next one if you had to do that. So a lot of people now are getting to the end of their chapter, their lesson, but they stop short of the finish line. They don't cross over. They get to the end of the chapter and then do not finish the last book of the chapter. People need to cross that, close that book, finish the chapter, put it on the shelf, start the next. A lot of people are sitting at that end portion, the hardest part, but we will have to push them. They will not be pushed right now. They can sit a while, but it is, I promise, far better to go over on your own accord now. When we push, that is when there is divorce, loss of house, bankruptcy. Not that we intend to hurt or punish, but it is the only way at that point to move the vessel across. We have to force them. We have to force them.
So every negative is a shortcut to where you're supposed to be.
There is no negative or positive. You see losing a house as negative. What would be negative is coming back and doing the lesson again. Yes. Rather lose the house, learn the lesson, move on.
So I know there's a lot of people feeling very alone and very discouraged at the moment. Do you have any message for them?
This is good. It does not sound good when I say this. That loneliness, fear, anger, it is all in that person already. It is only now coming up. This pandemic of sorts is it is also being used as positive. It is a way to bring all of that up in the people of the planet. If that was not addressed now, think how many would not cross over into the new. Only a very, very small percentage would. The loneliness, the fear, the depression, the anxiety is like a sieve with sand or flour going through. We are catching the weevils left behind, or the stones that cannot pass through. The humanity is being sifted at the moment, and it is not. It is like a scripture story learnt as a child. If there is wheat growing in the field and there is weeds growing in the field, you do not pull out the weeds in the beginning, because you will destroy the wheat in the field. You let them grow together and then you remove the weeds. So the humans, the people, have been allowed their weeds for a long time. It has grown up now. Now it is being sifted.
Okay, so it's kind of like detoxing of the shadow.
Yes, it is not an easy process. It is hard and difficult, and we know this. it is not easy, but it has to be done, and it is better for everybody to go through it now. Imagine only handfuls of the world went through it at different times. You would not be able to relate to each other. These are depressed, those are. It would be, now it is all at once. The harvest is ripe. So it will all come up together. You do not need to go through it, but most of the world are not at the place of enlightenment. You are, there are others that are ahead of this in a sense. We will still feel it. You will, another thing, he has, others will see and feel. You will feel thoughts of the collective depression, anxiety, suicide, anger, hate. This is, it is like a radio frequency that you'll pick up. This is not always your thoughts. There is a blanket of sorts of this frequency. Stay in your eye of the storm. Over and over again I say this, stay in your eye. It is a crazy, tumultuous time.
Okay, any last messages for him?
I have one for you and for him and for perhaps some of your listeners. It is good to put the tools down and to look up once in a while. We are going to start showing you things in the sky, in the trees, in the air. Keep your eyes peeled for us. We are going to start showing you signs and wonders, but not everybody will see. So get your hearts in the right place and keep your eyes open.
Thank you. We're looking forward to that.
It'll start small at first, and also keep your ears open.
I'm already hearing voices.
You will hear at night especially. He wakes up sometimes with us talking to him. Gets a fright, but he's more used to it now.
Okay, any last messages? Any message for me today?
Your feet are being washed, as in a you would call it cleansing or detoxing. It's not exactly that, but it's like a ship with barnacles being removed. The dirt from your feet is being removed. You will move quicker. There is a stripping of layers. You will feel perhaps itchy for a while now. Itchy, or could also be tired or frustrated, or maybe your emotions could go up and down. There is but it is not a harsh thing. It is just a general removing of unnecessary layers.
Is that why I get the blisters on my feet and my hand? Or what is that for?
It's interesting, the physical manifestations we have of what we feel in the spirit. This is why it is important to guard your mind and your thoughts, because you have incredible power when it comes to your thoughts and emotions. But do not worry too much about this. You are on the right track.
Okay, thank you very much. Are we complete today?
One final thing, like a chameleon, sit on your branch and wait. Fit in with your surroundings, your little habitat, and your food will come to you. It's a time of quiet rest. Be in your nest. Be in the eye at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much.